Hi, so today we're going to learn how to draw the Zentangle patterns in the butterfly. So there are quite a few different Zentangle patterns, but in this instance what I'm doing is I'm just going to choose some of the basic ones that are like easy to complete. So first of all so basically you just need a pencil to do your inside lines. Otherwise, if you don't want to use a pencil, then you can use like a black fine liner pen. So there's different brands. So you've got this one, and then you've also got that's the Uni Pin Fine Line, and this one is the Pigma Micron. So they're the same size nib, just two different brands. So you don't need to sort of spend any expensive amount of money on these, or you can just use a fine line of felt tip pen. So I like to map mine out using a pencil first, so I've just got one of my pencils. So I am just going to add a line. Actually, it's a good start. Get that down to there. And then the same way over here. Okay, and then I'm going to do another line underneath. And then over there as well. And then I want to do the same down here. Doesn't need to be totally symmetrical, just you can just get it as close as you can. That's absolutely fine. Okay, so that's that. And then what I'm going to start with is doing some round circles. So you need to go from top to bottom. And just make sure that they're joined together. And just follow it all the way down. Like that. And then we're going to do the same over here. So I'm drawing this on a bit of card, but if you don't have card, then paper is absolutely fine. It's whatever surface you want to draw on, really. So I just want to make sure that touches that circle there. There we go. So you are going to need a fine liner pen to go over the top of this in. And what I'll do is I will put a list of materials required in the description on this video. So then we're going to go and do the same down here. and down there. All the way along there. Oh. So generally what I would be doing if I wasn't filming this, I wouldn't have this piece of paper fixed to the surface, but there we go. That. Okay, so we've got that. So then what we're going to do is we are going to create a pattern in between. So if I start on this side, so we're just going to go from top to bottom like that. Like that and that, and then we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So this is going to be a bit challenging doing it the other way without turning the paper around. So it's, there we go, so we're going to go there we go. It's not too bad. And there. Okay, so we've got that. And then we're going to do the pattern down there. So we could do, and then right, let's have a see if I can just bring that round a bit there. Okay, so that's let's make this bit slightly wider. Okay, right, so with this part we are going to do, what I want to do is do some lines going up like that, so that goes in the same direction as that curve is going. Okay, and then so that's 4 on that side, and then we'll do 4 on that side. And then what we're going to do is put lines across there, and then so add, you know, sort of add loops like that. And again, 1, 2, oh, done that one wrong. And then 1, 2, and just keep doing that same all the way. And then repeat the same on the other side. So basically you just want to make sure that these loops are facing inwards, and you'll see why in a bit later. Okay, so this next pattern It's a really effective pattern. Now what I would generally do is grab a ruler or anything that's got like measurements on it. Okay, so sorry about the noise, just grabbing that out of my mandala and Zentangle box. So there we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is from the top there, we're going to mark out 1 centimetre. And then it doesn't have to be absolutely right on, but as long as they're roughly a centimetre. So it's going to be like a centimetre squared. Oh, that one's way off. It's better. And on there. That. And we're going to do, so basically everything's just going to line up with the other dots in front of it, above it, sorry. Okay, so we've got those dots in place, and then what we're going to do is we're going to draw small squares. Just make sure that they're all roughly the same height and size. So you don't have to be too precious about these, it's just because we're going to go all of our drawing in black fine liner. That's if you've not sort of already, you know, drawn yours in the black fine liner. Okay, so so what we're going to do is, just bear with me, I'm just looking at a pattern that I've already done. Okay, we're going to start on this side, and we are going to go, you start on the second row down on this side, so we're going to start around here and go up there, and then we're going to go on that part, and we're going to go, okay, and then so it's like doing an S. Okay, so this one's right on the edge, so we're just going to go, and then we're going to draw in there, and then we're going to do exactly the same going down here. And we're going to start on there, but we're going to add those bits in up there in a moment. So again, it's just like an S shape. Oh. Okay, like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go around and up like that. And around. Have I done that around the right way? I don't know. I haven't. Just bear with me. So it basically comes in. That's it. Okay, and then small S shapes there. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go across. So we're going under, over, under, over. And the same again, under, over, and just keep going under, over as you're going across. So under, hang on. Sorry about this. So it's under, over. So yeah, so that's going to be over. Okay. Under, over, under, over. Okay. And then it's going to be the same on that. Okay. So look how effective that is. It's like just simple lines. So we're going to measure out again on this side. So it's going to be 1, actually 1, just doing the centimetre ones, and then we're going across. And again. So it's quite an effective way of doing it. It's really straightforward. And then we're going to do down there as well. Okay, so going to draw the squares again. Again, we don't need to be very precious for the moment with this, but we'll kind of like make the squares a more permanent shape once we go over in the fine liner pen. Okay, so again, what we're going to do, actually if we just work across, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, like that. So very effective lines like that. And down here. And then we are going to start working down, so it's going to be under and over like that. It's a bit wild, that one. I mean, you can have them like that, but it's just not going to go in the same way as the rest of the pattern. There you go. There we go. So those ones there, and like that. So that's the base drawing done. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go over it in a fine liner pen if you haven't done so already. I have a favourite size nib that I like to use. Not that one, not that one. Where is it? No. Okay. So I'm just trying to find it. No, 5. No, that's 10. 005. 12. So I got some. Oh, I got some colour ones as well. Fine liners. Right, what's that one? Ah, there we go. Sorry about the racket. So I'm using an 01. This is the Sakura Pigma Moricron. You don't have to have one of these. You can quite easily, like I say, use a... Actually, that one's probably going to be a bit... Just going to see if I can find a 3. Would help if I put them in order, I suppose, wouldn't it? No, not that one. No. 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 Don't tell me it's the last one. No. Let's just see if the 01's going to be okay for the purposes that I want it for. Right, so we're going to go over everything. So very careful when you trace the lines. So it's going to be much quicker this time around. Just keep going over them. Okay, and then down here. Just keep going around. Okay, so now I'm going to draw in those lines. Try not to go through the circle, and then it doesn't have to be fully straight. And then I can get this looking as straight as possible, because it's not the way around that I would usually draw. Again, it's because I'm not able to turn the paper. Oh, it doesn't matter too much because this line is going to be a black solid line. Oh, okay, and then we're going to go do that one. Okay, and then we are going to go over to the next wing. So doing these are very, very relaxing. You can, it's nice at the end of the day, or longer if you've been at work or school, college, uni, whatever it is you do during the day. And just like a bit of mindfulness, relaxation. And you can listen to some music while you're doing with it. Radio, podcast, see that I've gone through the lines on that, don't worry about that though. And like that. Mine would be a bit lot tidier than this, but as I said, it's because I can't turn the page, but that's fine, because then I'm trying to learn a new skill by just doing it in one position. Okay, so I'm going to try and clear the corner of my desk. Right, and there we go, like that. And then, ooh, okay, that's not too bad. And then we're just gonna sort of make these lines a bit smaller actually. I know I said trace over as best you can, but I'm thinking some of the lines were a bit big. So then I'm going to draw on this line, and then we're going to go into this, into these patterns. And what we're going to do with this part, just going to draw black solid out, you know, solid, colour it in solidly. So what it's going to look like is a bit like a hole. Like that. Okay, and then we're going to be carrying on across. I'm just going to follow that around. Oh. There we go. Sorry about my phone notifications, I forgot to turn them off. Okay, and then like that. Okay, and then we will be doing this. So first of all, I want us to just colour in these squares. Like that. So, you know, the hardest part is done, where we've done the initial lines. Then this bit is where we're just going over what we've drawn. I'm just going through this quickly just so I can just show you where we are. So again, we're going to, what's it, is it that way? Yeah. And then just go over the lines that we've done. And then like that. Yours is going to look a lot better than mine because I'm not taking my time. Well, yeah, because I'm just rushing through mine, but yours will look a lot better than this. I'm just sort of getting you through the next stages. Oh. Yeah, that is right. Okay, and then like that. So I usually do these so much slower because it's, you know, it's quite a precise drawing, but this is fine. Just go in like that. And then remember, don't go across this line here, but don't worry if you have. These are just like some basic patterns. As I said, there's loads of different ones you can do. And you don't necessarily have to follow this, you can make up your own patterns. And so final one. And then we're just gonna, for the final part, just gonna go through and do these. And that goes there. Like that. Oh. And if you find that you've decided that you're going to take a different line, then, and you've got some pencil, you know, you've got some like pencil marks, and you can always go in and rub them out. Okay. So it's very, very relaxing, this is. Okay, and almost done. Actually, we can go down like that. Okay, so that's the outline done. If you are going to get rid of some of your pencil lines, then just make sure that your ink's dry. And just go careful that I need to change the refill on that. So I'm just going to use a rubber. Just want to make sure that I've got no pencil coming through. Okay, and that part. Right, so before I start colouring in the circles, what I want to do up here is do mini circles. It really adds to the effect. So like in between, like that. Almost that one, and then we're going to do the same here. So actually we've got there. It adds to the effect of it. Oh. Okay, and then we're going to go over and do the same on this side. Okay, and then finally on this row. Okay, so now I'm going to start colouring in. So I use art markers, so you can get them from loads of different ones. The most expensive ones are the Copic ones. So you know, for doing this, you don't need that. I've got art markers, and mine is from Shuttle Art. and they've got their own, I'm not sure if they've got their own website, but they've got their own store on Amazon. So these ones are really good. So I'm starting off with an ice blue. I mean, as you can see, these have got two ends. Oh, they've got two ends. So we have the thin one, and then we also have the thicker one. Now we don't need the thicker one on this one because we've got smaller details. So then you use the thin end. You don't have to follow the same colour scheme as what I'm using. You can create your own colours. But just in case, this one's an ice blue, and we're just going to go and do the bigger circles. Let's just move that out the way because I keep making a noise with it. So I'm going to do all of my larger round circles in this colour, but you don't have to. You can mix it up a bit and, you know, do alternate colours, or it's entirely up to you. It's, you know, it's your butterfly, your patterns that you're colouring in, and you know, it's a nice chilled and relaxed time that we're having. I do love this colour. It's probably going to be one of the first colours that run out. Like that. And you can see that it dries lighter as well with these pens. Okay, I'm just going to move over to this wing. And then finally the bottom row. Okay, so that's the bigger ones done. So the smaller ones, I'm going to use a blue fine liner pen. So, and I'm just going to go in between like that. If you haven't got a blue fine liner pen, then just use, you know, a blue felt tip pen. You don't have to sort of use a different shade of blue in between the circles. You can use a totally different colour altogether. And then down to that one. Okay, and then we're just going to move on to this side. So in a minute, because you can still see some white coming through on these wings, you know, along here, 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 and here. What I'm going to do is I am going to go and do the background in black, but you don't have to do the same as me. You can choose your own colour. And then finally this bottom one. And also, I mean, you don't need to use like felt tip pens or anything like that. You can use paint. So I don't know, you could use acrylics, or you could use watercolours. You could use colour pencils. You can use watercolour pencils. You know, whatever you have, or whatever the mood, you know, wherever the mood takes you. Okay, right. Just gonna grab black. So it's a bit, oh, so it's a bit more fiddly with this bit, but that's fine. So it's already starting to make a huge difference, just even like adding the colour to it. Now you don't have to fill in these gaps. You can leave it white if you like. It's your butterfly. Oh, I'm usually a lot more careful than this. So I've gone over that line, but this is going to be black anyway. Okay, right, that's that one done. Before I move on to the next part, I'm just going to do that black line. So I'm going to do it with another fine liner, but a slightly thicker nib to it. So this one's this is the number 8. And so you can see that the lead's, the nib's thicker. Okay, and so that's that bit done, and I'm just gonna do the bottom one. Excuse me if you can hear voices, that's my son is online. I think maybe talking to his mates about football, I think, unless he's on his PlayStation. He gets quite animated. Okay, so just colouring in that line. Okay, and now onto the right hand wing. So the thinner nib pen. Okay, and then just do that. Okay, so in an ideal world I wouldn't have those lines going through those circles, but that's okay. Right, so now just finishing the bottom part now. definitely next time round, no notifications. If you want to sort of see any of my mandalas at all that I've done, then I have a Facebook page called Mystical Mandalas by Debbie, and also my Instagram page is exactly the same. Just realised I've not done that circle there. Okay, right, and now let's just do this part. Okay, right, so that's that bit done. So now I'm just gonna do in there. So I am going to choose, oh god, these are sometimes difficult to get off. Hang on just a minute. I'm going to choose a pale pink. Oh. Okay. So I'm just going to do these in alternating colours. Just go careful if you have done black lines up here that you don't drag the black colour into the lighter colours. And I'm also going to do the same on the next swing. So I'm going to start on the outside. Oh, that's what you're not supposed to do. Oh, whoops. So I'm going to cover that up with another colour. Oops, it's coming through again. It's because it's still drying. So ideally we would have left that to dry so that it didn't do this. Right, now to choose a colour that's going to go with the pink. Let's have a look. I might just go with a purple. Oh, this one's a deep violet. So these art markers give such good coverage. Okay, just this side now. I think these two colours go well together. And there we go, we can just cover up that little error I made. Okay, so that's the top wings done. Oh, I think my battery's going on my phone. That's okay. Right, so we're going to, with this bottom part, I'm going to be doing a mint cream. What we're going to do is once we've finished complete, adding all the colour in, then we'll be adding some like effects with like pencil and white gel pen. You can get, I got my white gel pens from WH Smith, but there's plenty of places online that do them as well, and I think like there's loads of other shops I think that will do them. So I'm not being too precious with this like I normally would, it's just to sort of give you like a demonstration of what you can do with these. Oh, gone over that line. Okay, so almost finished this bit. Okay, right, so then I'm going to get a pale yellow, just go around here and say you don't necessarily need to use the same colours as me. Generally I would use colours that would match a hell of a lot better, but this is just a demonstration as to, you know, there's different sorts of things that you can do with these patterns inside of these animal shapes. So we're going to do like a different animal shape, and then different patterns in each. Okay, so I am going to use an apricot. And then for the middle part, I'm just going to do it black. You can do it any type of colour that you want. As well. Put your other one down there. So that's the colour added, and then what I'm going to do is with my white gel pen, not a good idea to knock pencils over, is just do some lines on the top. Like that. You can do any pattern that you want. And so for instance on the, I don't know if you can see the white very well on there actually. Yeah, you can better on that one. That kind of thing. And you can, I don't know, just add some patterns on the butterfly itself. Oh, just need to add that. And then what you can do as well is if you get a pencil, like a darker pencil, you can do things like sort of make shadows like that. Now if you don't, you can use a blending stump to blend it all with, but if you don't have a blending stump you can use a cotton bud, or you can use a makeup applicator. I'll just show you quickly what this does. Where's my blending stump? And this one's a bit of a, you can see I've used this one quite a lot, but so you can give it like a three-dimensional effect. Like so. So all you just need to do is just make sure it's like coming out from under like that. So blending stumps you can get from places like W.H. Smith, online workshop, art shops, that kind of a thing. But yes, I mean, if you want to add some other patterns in, so for instance in the wing, where's that one? I don't know, you could just do things like that. So it's entirely up to you. So we'll leave it there for today. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. keep a lookout for for the next ones. We'll have all different sort of animal shapes. I'll also be doing some mandala dot work with paints as well. But yeah, so keep a lookout. There'll be other videos coming out soon, and if you like what you see, hit subscribe, and then you'll see lots more coming through. But